Bass fundamentals and bass beginner tips. So today I've got 5 tips on how to help you succeed as a bass player for you beginner bassists. So stick around, they'll be coming up. Now, if you don't know me by now, I'm Donald Whitty, bass instructor of the How to Play Bass online course at iwanttoPlayBass.com. Jump over there, subscribe, get your free ebook, and become a free member as well. Get updates on new lessons coming out, new tips, and new gear out there as well. And check out the Gear Bassist Corner also. Lots of great deals in there also for your bass equipment needs. And if you haven't yet, subscribe down below here. And I've got new videos coming out on a pretty much a daily basis. Hit that bell notification to get alerted when new videos come out. So we're going to talk about 5 tips on getting started as a bass player. Now, tip number 1 is going to be the fundamentals of this bass. This thing is very versatile, and it can be the forefront, it can be in the forefront, and it can be, and it's initially was created to support the song and just kick back and really support what's going on in the song and laid that bottom line down. So tip number 1 is support the song. Do that first and foremost. Support the song, even if that's just playing simple root notes. That's where you want to start. You want to nail that down and get the chord progressions, get those chord tones. Just nail the bottom end of that song, supporting that song. And that's what you got to do initially, and then later on you can build that foundation, that solid foundation, and later on you can go out different directions, different paths, but you have to nail supporting the song. That tip number 1 is supporting the song, and you have to nail that. That's your sole purpose in playing this instrument, is supporting that song. Every musician in there, that's their goal and that's their role, is to support the song. So it's not about getting the spotlight and being flashy. It's about supporting the song. That's why you're here. That's what got you here, is the music. So support that music. So that's tip number 1. Support the song. By all means, first and foremost, that's it right there. Now, tip number 2 is stay in the pocket. Now, this is part of supporting the song, but stay in the pocket. You've got to be right there, right in the pocket. No getting out of it and trying to take the song in a different direction or anything like that. Stay in the pocket. Lock in with that kick drum. Just stay in the pocket. Even if that's just something as simple as like a simple bossa nova. Just stay in the pocket. Stay right on there. Nail that pocket down like you don't want it to ever move. So get the groove and nail that. So stay in the pocket. Tip number 2, stay in the pocket. That is, that's a fundamental to just know and be conscious of at all times, that's what you want to do. Stay in that pocket. So tip number 3 is this could be like a life lesson. Always look ahead. Always look ahead at what's coming up. You want to be ready for it. If you're looking down at where you're at right now, whatever you're coming up on, you're gonna hit it. You're gonna run into it. You don't want to run into it and have to react. You want to be proactive. So you want to know what's coming up. You want to see it. So you want to constantly be looking ahead. Even when you're playing bass, if you're looking here right at your fingers, and you got to jump up to this G, and you're looking here, you don't want to be looking at your fingers. You want to be looking at the G. You want to be looking where you got to go. That's going to guarantee that you nail that note and you nail what's coming ahead, what's coming up next. So you definitely want to look ahead, always looking ahead. And this is one of my practices, even in the sight reading courses I have at iwanttoPlayBass.com, is looking ahead. When you're sight reading, you can't be focused on that note that you're playing at that moment, because then the next note's coming up, and it's just not gonna, you can't just go from note to note. It's not gonna be fluid at all. So you've got to be looking ahead. Sight reading, you gotta be looking up, 2 bars ahead, or at least a bar ahead, so you'll know what you're playing. So you've got to constantly looking ahead. Don't be looking down. Looking ahead. Vision. See what's coming, because that's how you're gonna get the most out of it. And I mean, you can predict what's gonna, what's gonna come ahead. Once you're looking ahead for it and you're planning for that, what's coming up, then you can predict what happens. So that's a major tip to live by, and just definitely playing this instrument, any instrument, is to look ahead. Always be looking ahead. Now, tip number 4 is don't let them see you sweat. Okay, you're up there playing. Your biggest fear is making a mistake or something like that. Don't let them see you. Don't let them see you sweat. Your facial expression is going to be critical to that. Whenever you mess up, you're going to mess up. We all mess up. Even the pros mess up, but the pros don't. It doesn't stop them from anything. They just move right on to the next note. They might hit a half and then step out, and they move right down. Just make it feel like part of the song. So mistakes are going to be made. It's how you respond to your mistakes. And when you're up live, you don't want to respond to it. You want to keep going. You want to keep going. Don't put in no face. Definitely don't stop what you're doing. You're not going to start over. There's no stopping. So, definitely don't just don't let them see you sweat. Just your facial expressions, just keep on going. Maybe laugh about it, like you're having a good time about it, because you are. You definitely are. All right, so don't let them see you sweat. Don't, that's how you react to making a mistake is critical. So don't let them see you sweat. Just keep on keeping on, and you'll get through it. And just like I said, don't fear making a mistake, because it's going to happen, and it's going to be all right. So definitely, that's how we learn. We learn from our mistakes. So make mistakes. You got to. But just react in a positive manner, and don't let everybody see that mistake that you just made. Half the time you're going to find out that your mistake wasn't even noticeable. If you go back and check out a videotape or something, you see the live performance, you might not even remember where it was you made that mistake, but most likely you will, just depending on how big the mistake is. But don't worry, it's how we learn. So we keep moving along. So tip number 5, this is a very important one, and we definitely, this is the only way to do things, is we've got to follow them through. We've got it from start to finish. Whenever you sit down and you're just even when you're practicing, and if you're doing anything, you start something, and I'm sure your mother or father, they preach this to you, or anybody, teachers or coaches or anything you've had, you start something, follow it through, finish it, because even if it's not what you had envisioned, finish it. You just finish it. Just get it complete. Start it and finish it. Don't stop and quit and just throw it aside. Even if it's not turning out like you wanted to, finish it. Just finish it, okay? So start to finish, that's a key element in succeeding as a bassist in anything you do. Start it, finish it, follow it through. Even if there's no finish line, just keep doing it. And that's the biggest thing is, I see this is with doing our practices. When you're practicing a song, you're learning a song or something, and so you start the song, and if you haven't figured out all the parts, I mean, sometimes you just got to stop and figure out the parts. You got to figure the song out, but once you're playing it and you know the song and you make a mistake, sometimes we'll stop and we'll start over. Don't do that. Don't just play the song. Make the mistake, play a song, play it through, get in the habit of playing things through. Don't stop. That's going to help you. It's going to help limit those mistakes, because the more you're starting over, then it's just you're almost building that habit of stopping there and starting over. So there's a good chance that that's where the mistake's going to be made, where you keep stopping and starting over. So do not stop. Keep playing. You make a mistake, keep playing. Keep going through the song from start to finish. That's the only way to practice. That's the best habit to build, from just finishing it out. So don't start something and not finish it, or just stop and keep starting over. Start to finish. Practice that sight reading piece you're working on, start to finish. Get that little tick track just to keep you where you're at, and start to finish. You're figuring out a song, you're playing along with the song, you're trying to rehearse a song, start to finish. just keep going. If you've got your band members in there that they keep stopping because somebody's messed up, tell them we start and we finish it. Just practice as a band. That's just going to bring you together that much better. You just start to finish. You can't keep starting over. You know, even if you break a string or the drummer breaks a drumstick or something happens, keep going. Just like it's live. You don't want to stop. You can't. You know, you just can't keep stopping and starting. It's not a good habit to start, and so don't start it. Okay. So that's 5 tips on 5 bass fundamental tips that will help you succeed in your bass playing as well. Practice those 5 tips. Use those every day. Think about them every day when you're working or when you're doing whatever. Think about those tips every day. And that will do it for today. So if you like this video, you got some value out of it, hit that like button for me. Help me help you, and I will catch you all on the flip-flop. Bye now.